but they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know.
Huh?
People,
Let's go.
people seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon E, and we're here on 99 Sports Podcast once again. And I want to thank God for this opportunity. I really want to thank God for this opportunity this week because I've been through a lot. I've been through hell and back this whole week, and I want to thank God for still sustaining me mentally, emotionally, physically, also because it's been a lot for me this past week. But me having my faith in God definitely pulled me through situations that that a lot of people might have broke down or might have lost their mind behind the stuff I was going through this week. So I want to thank God for that. And then, I always love to be able to come to this platform, one of my sanctuaries, when I'm able to come on here. So I do this for likes and clicks and baits and all that other stuff. I do it because it's something I love to do, and it's my sanctuary. So without further ado, I want to introduce my right hand man, your baby mama's favorite host, Barry White Jr., the next voice over in this business. You know what I'm saying? Over the next 10, 20 years, you probably might hear his voice in I'm going to go ahead and put it 100, 200 different movies, cartoons, whatever you call it. Animations. They don't call them cartoons. I'm going to call animations. But anyway, my man, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? Each day, man, we wake up, we get a chance and a choice. Another day to get it right, man. I just I'm gonna thank God for keeping me, man, and thank God for listening to this platform that we share with others. And man, this week been trying for me too, man. Maybe not been through what you've been through, but I was all in my head this week. Just all in my head, just wondering why I'm not where I want to be at in life yet, and just had some thoughts of, man, why, man, like, why did I treat people so well and other people who don't treat people well or way ahead of me? So I was just all in my head, man. I had to fall down on my knees and really pray about it, man. Because, when you get in your head mentally and emotionally, man, your spiritual really got to rebuild and uplift you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, we here, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, man. And just going to press forward and keep pushing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to go ahead and get this out the way first, so we can move on from it. Because last night I was upset, but it's one of those things. I'm gonna tell you, like the ACC tournament. I've been watching Carolina basketball since I was 7, 8 years, probably 5, 6 years old. Probably, I've been watching Carolina basketball since Michael Jordan was there. You know what I mean? So I'm watching Carolina basketball for a long time. So no matter what team it is, no matter who they got on the team, whatever, I know Carolina tendencies because every program, every coach has certain tendencies about them, certain ways they go about their business. And I watched Carolina the first 2 games in the tournament. You could see the sense of urgency. You could see them playing hard. You could see them. Last night they came out sluggish. They came out seemed like not ready to play. And then when they caught themselves trying to turn it on, trying to play harder, State had too much confidence, and it was pretty much over with. By the time they got to that, especially by the time they got when State came out in that second half and kind of jumped on them and went up about 6, 7 points, whatever. I know they don't sound like a lot, but when you in a nip tuck game kind of like that, and the other team is playing with confidence, and they didn't kind of figure out how to play against you because State just kept throwing the ball down to the big man. And I know Carolina didn't want to double team them and kick it out for them shooters, but I would have been like, shoot, State ain't the greatest 3-point shooting team. I would have made them make them shots. I would have forced them to make them shots instead of letting that big man go dominate you like he was Shaq. I thought I was watching Shaq out there last night. He would dominate him.
Well, well, State played real old school fundamental basketball. They went through the big man, and if they had to kick it back out, they did. But every now and then they kicked it back out. But they really play dominance, in the paint, where where the paint really mattered. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see a lot of college teams play that way no more. You know what I mean? And so I was like, man, Carolina, man, y'all gotta have some presence down there, man, because it was on the right side of the block, it was on the left side of the block, it was the middle of the block. Like they
Mhm.
was just really on that block. I mean, like heavy. So I ain't really seen too many teams do that, man. So do you think the Tar Heels was ready for that game plan, or they ain't really know what to do because they ain't seen it all yet from nobody?
Well, the thing about it, they played State twice this year. In both games, State tried to do the same thing. They tried to throw the ball down to the big man. You know what I'm saying? And basically, they know that's the one place they have an advantage is with, you know what I'm saying, with their big man down. So they know that's the one place they had the advantage of or whatever. I just felt like Carolina should have came up with different strategies of they never really did anything different. Good morning, good morning. Probably said, I guess that's probably coming from Saint. Well, good morning, King. But anyway, they never had a different strategy of how to, what to do. They should have maybe went into a zone. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, if you go to a zone, then your big man can't post up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Maybe a 3 zone or 1-3 zone or something. Or double team every now and then a little bit more. Something, but they never really changed up that. They just wanted to play hard man and went man on man. And another problem Carolina had is you could tell they started to panic because they started doing hero ball. So you started having players that was taking shots that they had no business taking. You know what I'm saying? Taking threes, like you're not a 3-point shooter. Why are you taking a three? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And they should have, you got Harris Ingram, you got Mando Baycott, you got Jalen Washington. Post up your big men. You know what I'm saying? Have your big men get down in the block. Post them up more and do some kicking instead of just all this one-on-one or running around hoping you get off a good shot type deal. So, I mean, I'm not gonna come down on Carolina too hard because if you watch around the tape of college basketball over the weekend, most of the number one teams hardly ever win their own they tournaments. Most of them be so focused on getting to the NCAA. You know how many teams got knocked off this weekend that was for this number one seed and top teams in their conferences. Like I think maybe like one or two top teams in the country won their tournament at least championship. So you've seen Houston been number one all year, and they got mollywhopped. I mean, they was getting beat by Dana 20-30 points in the first half of their championship game.
Yeah.
So no, man, I ain't gonna come down too hard. I'm kind of disappointed because we haven't had an ACC championship since 2016. But at the same time, I would have just, would have preferred. I would have just. That's the one thing I say about with Hubert Davis is that he has to learn to make adjustments a little bit better. He just wants his adjustment is play harder. And I'm like, sometimes you got to do more than just tell your team to play harder.
That's who I blame. I don't blame the players. I blame Hubert Davis.
Yeah.
I blame Hubert Davis, man. Hubert Davis, man, he didn't make, like you said, he made any adjustments, and he should have had like this. This what I feel a coach should have.
Okay.
I feel like
No, I'm saying I'm just saying. I thought that was a senior, but that's Kim. Hey, good morning, Queen. But go ahead. My bad, Jackie. Wait.
Good morning, Kimmy K. How you doing? Praise God this morning, Kimmy K. How you doing? But anyway, I just think when it comes to each position, there should be a list of plays. There should be 10, 10 plays designed for each position, whether it was from the point to the shooting to the small forward / wing to the power forward to the center. And so I just really think when you mix those plays up and you giving teams different looks, I think that would have confused NC State. You know what I'm saying? All right, okay, we're gonna take somebody like a Popovich or Jerry Sloan, or are we gonna even take somebody like Mike Brown at Sacramento, man? How they design their offense and they really switch the play scheme up, offense and defense, and man, it's like they kept people on their toes. Like Phil Jackson, like even though it was a triangle, but you would see Phil throw some things, throw that high low in there, where they kick it down low, and either either people would, double Scott Williams or double Purdue, you know what I mean? And he'll kick it back to Pippen or Kerr or Jordan or even when Paxson was playing, or kick it back to the waiter, Tony
Mm-hmm.
Kukoc. So I just think that in crunch times like these, you got to design different plays for different players.
Did you go up the waiter?
The waiter, man.
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard anybody call him that before. The
Yeah,
waiter.
the waiter, bro, because he patiently wait. The waiter.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I ain't never heard it. I never heard. All these years I heard people talk about Tony Kukoc. I never heard nobody call him the waiter.
Yeah, I figured you was gonna laugh though.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, man, the waiter, man, he patiently wait, man. You think he gonna pull up with the jumper or the 3-pointer? Then he'll dribble and pull up with the 17-footer, or he'll just take it to the cup. You know what I mean? So I just think, and then because they're more athletic in this new era, but they're not as smart on the court at all. At all, man. They do irrational things off their emotions, even on the basketball court, football field. You know what I mean? You know, they're not as patient. They're not as smart. You know, they don't really look at the format. Well, what if I was the coach? What would I run? You know what I mean? So that's the difference between the younger players and the older players now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then the older coaches and the coach from back in the day and the ones now, you could tell you could easily separate the ones that you know that's great and the ones that just kind of still learning or average. Because if you get a coach like the coach in Kentucky or not Kentucky, Kansas or Connecticut or even Jay right before he retired down in Villanova,
Or like
certain.
Rick Pitino, you know what I mean? Somebody like that.
Yeah, so but the ones like even John Calipari to me is not a great coach. He's a great recruiter because there's no way in the world you should have been at a program like Kentucky for 15 years and got one title, and every year you got 4, 5-star recruits, sometimes 6. Sometimes Kentucky gets 6 5-star recruits at a time, and they still don't, and they only got one title to show for it or
But
whatever.
has he ever been a great coach like people
No,
try to deem him to be?
I'm no, not really, not at all. That's what I'm saying. He's a great recruiter. He's the best recruiter ever. It's nobody great. It's never a better. It's never in the history of college basketball been a better recruiter than John Calipari. But he's not a great. Because if you're going to get all this talent, you have to have more than one championship to show for. I know college basketball is the hardest sport to win a championship in because of the fact it's a one and done game. But you still should be able to muster up 6 games in a row at least once every 4 or 5. You have a program like that.
True. Now we can say this for Kentucky not to be have won at least 3 championships in the last 15 years is unheard of.
Yeah.
When we used to watch Kentucky basketball, we already know it was gonna be Duke, Kentucky, or Carolina. For real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just like I tell people all the time, man. You only used to watch SEC because Kentucky was there. You ain't really watch SEC basketball. You know, of course you had Carlos Williams from them, and then you had back in the day you had the Alabama team with Larry Hughes and Robert Horry and all them. But as far as how people know about SEC basketball, man, it's men's basketball. It's Kentucky.
Yeah.
Everything reference to Kentucky.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, man, like I said, I'm looking forward to the tournament. I feel like I say this before we move on. Like last year, I wasn't surprised by some of the upsets. Of course, you always get surprised when a 16 beat a 1. Like whoever, I forgot who it was, beat Purdue last year. Matter of fact, I think 2 teams last year lost 2 16s beat a 1 last year. I want to say, but I know Purdue Purdue lost. So I won't be surprised to see that again because I feel like, especially in the era where a lot of one and done teams, one and done players go early, and then you got all these veteran teams on these schools that's like these mid-level schools where they got players that have been playing 4 or 5 years now. I will say this, because of COVID, a lot of these big programs do have players that stuck around for longer than they have or would have normally. You know, like Carolina got a few players that's been around, like Cormac Ryan. He 25 years old. You know, Emmanuel Baycott been around 5-6 years. So some of these teams that may end up benefiting Carolina and some of these teams that's these blue bloods because they do veteran play. But
Yeah, Amanda Baycott and the cat you just talking about, they ain't nobody but Bo Nix of college football. You know.
exactly. So they that may benefit them in the tournament because of the fact they are veteran players. But
Right.
I'm I already told you, Jacob. This is my favorite time of the year in March Madness because I love underdogs, especially if it's long as don't be Carolina getting beat by underdogs. I love underdogs. But yeah,
Yeah. I understand, man, but I'm probably gonna watch it more this year than I watch it probably like I watched it, the previous years, but I'm probably gonna watch March Madness from the beginning to the end this year. I kind of like called it at the like really heavy at the Sweet 16. Well,
yeah,
back in the day, I used to watch it from the start to finish, the March Madness. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting, and
yeah.
you know,
Because best the
I
best
just
weekend, bro, is really not much Sweet 16. The best weekend is that first that first weekend,
yeah,
and
I know,
that's the best weekend. But go ahead.
yeah, cause that's the weekend. If you ain't a dog, if you ain't been a dog all season on the court, you gonna show people that you got that dog in you. You know what
Mm,
I mean? So
mm,
but I, I just I just think, man, at the level of I just hear people talk about it so much, man, like in barbershops, like passing the grocery store or the gas station, and I'd be like, man, OG, what's up, man? You no, youngin, I don't watch it like I used to watch it. I watch it some, but it don't. It just seems like it just seems like the passion for playing basketball in college and these these old heads I talk to, they most definitely don't like no NIL deal. I'm none. None.
mm.
They it was like, so if you're striving trying to get to the next level and you're already making $2-3 million in college, then what are we doing? Like, why are you on scholarship? Just draft you out of high school and pay you. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh
You know
yeah, I
what I
think
mean?
that's what's gonna really have to come to. I think it's gonna have to come to that basically we're gonna have to go back going straight out of high school. If you're good enough to go from high school to the NBA, then just go straight to the NBA. Quit wasting everybody's time with this whole college thing when you know that you're not gonna stick around for 4 years. It's like you taking a scholarship you can take a scholarship from really probably another athlete or somebody else. That money could go to the school itself or somebody that's there for educational. But I think if you're good enough to go from high school to college, I mean the NBA especially, you know what I'm saying, just go. Quit wasting everybody's time.
No,
So,
let me ask you something, man. Now, the kids that was in college, they got FGF for COVID. I can understand that. But listen, man, you still in high school. You shouldn't have no FGF for COVID. Like, what are y'all doing in NIL, man? Like you was in the 10th grade when COVID came out. What do you need FGF for COVID, man? Either somebody got a problem with their arithmetic, man, or we didn't get the same learning lessons.
well, this the last year of it, so that's a good thing.
It should have been gone, Icon, man. Get out of here, man. We
I
we
don't
we,
I don't get it.
we,
I don't
we
I don't
heading into
I don't
it's gonna be
understand it. But
225 next year, and we talking about the eligibility of an athlete because of COVID, bro. Like, get out. What are y'all doing, man?
I
And
don't get it either. But this all I know. This is the last year that they had that you could have got that extra year. So I'm glad it's going back to normal next year.
right. And so I don't agree with what Nick Saban say a lot of times, but this I do agree with him. We know Nick Saban is a legendary coach.
Mm-hmm.
We know Jim Harbaugh is a legendary coach. Um, we know it's a few coaches out there that's legendary that recruited and coached some of our favorite players in the NBA, the NBA, in the NFL, and as far as college coaches in NBA. So Nick Saban said, coaching wasn't fun no more. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't I couldn't go sit down and talk with the parents and take them out to dinner and kind of, tour around their city and really learn where they from, where the kid growed up from, and couldn't bring them out to Alabama and show them a good time and show them, what their kids would be involved with, and show them the kind of programs, that those athletes from the colleges go to the middle schools and stuff, and talk to the younger kids. That he's like, it was no fun. He said, have kids got paid in college? Sure. A lot of times. You know what I mean? He said, sure. You know what I mean? I mean, okay. And it's like a podcaster said, he said, I'd rather for a kid get paid under the table, man. Because this NIL has brought too much publicity and too much negativity on the fact that they're supposed to get an education. They're supposed to be getting an education first, and playing sports is elective. You know what I mean? It's not a necessity. It's elective, bro. It's
Well,
elective.
but now, what saying that when you say they're supposed to get an education, I think that's the biggest myth with top tier athletes in sports. Most top tier athletes, back in the 80s, 90s, all that back in the day, you had more of those players that went 3-4 years. So yeah, they was there for education. But really, since the one done situation came into play or whatever, I don't really think top tier players. I don't think that's the objective. The objective. That's why so many players will go to, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, in certain programs, or even a Duke, because they knew, okay, more than likely, I'm only going to be here for 1 or 2 years. And John Calipari kind of pushes that thing on the kid of, oh, I'm going to get you to the NBA. I'm going to get you there. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't going to have to stay forever to do it. So I think a lot of that's, and in the NIL deal just made it worse, because now it's really a money grab. That's why Nick Saban said what he said. It's like, I'm not about to promise you're going to start, because, Nick Saban had 4 or 5 recruits all up and down his line. So if I'm 5-star and you 5-star, or you 4-star and this one 4-star, whoever the best 5-star, 4-star player gonna play, and you might have to wait an extra year to get on the field. But eventually, when you get out, you might end up having. Look at somebody like Robinson with the Washington Commanders, right? People don't realize this. That man only started for 1 year with Alabama, and that next year he was drafted by. So sometimes it don't even take a whole lot. It just take you 1 year to be seen. And
You're right, because Terrell Davis was a backup, and a backup fullback at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and he's the Hall of Famer now.
Yeah.
You know,
It don't take a lot of tape. That's what these players don't realize. It don't take a lot of tape when you at a high level for people to find. Like Deion to say, and all these players to tell you, if you get on that field or that court and whatever, you good, they'll find you. They'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I kind of, I just think that a lot of the NBA players, when it comes to the NIL deals in college, a lot of NBA players push that narrative, like Steph, like Drew, like LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
like KD. The bigger names push that narrative. So what I don't understand is, why would you guys push that narrative, man, when it's a privilege to even make it to the NBA? And just because a kid got a big NIL deal, don't mean that they're gonna work out in the NBA, or don't mean that they're gonna push forth effort to get better, because they're already making a certain amount of money, millions of dollars. So why would I push forward to even get better just because I want to go to the NBA? I don't have to. People went to the NBA. Of course, they love the game of basketball. It was the game, but of course, they change the narrative to get their families out of poverty and take care of their family. But when you have these mega NBA stars, pushing that narrative NIL, if you're a kid, like you 17, 18 years old, you go to North Carolina at 18, and by the time you're 19, your sophomore season, you got an idea for what, 1.2, 1.3 million dollars. What coach you listening to?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just feel like LeBron was the first player who pushed the whole empowerment thing of, how to structure your deal, how to make sure being able to move to different organizations and play who you want to play with, and kind of stuff. He kind of one that kind of pushed the envelope on that or whatever, and then some of the players from his generation kind of follow lead behind him to say, you get your money, get your bread, whatever the case may be, whether it's not just the NBA contract, but your sponsorship deals and all your side bread and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what that's what they kind of just having that sense of that empowerment to push on the players. But I think when they came up with the NIL deal, I don't think college sports really thought it through on how to do it. They just did something to say they did it, but it's backfiring, blowing up in their face because college sports has never been organized in the way that they do stuff. Just like now, they went from talking about they were going to add 8 teams to 12. Now all of a sudden they ain't even played a playoff series yet, and then now they're gonna went to 14 teams. Now they're going to 14 teams instead of 12 format. So they don't know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And they really doing it because now they realize they're not making no money on these bowl games. So now we really find out the real reason why they go 14 teams. But they realize, okay, we got all these Cheetos Bowl and Backyard Burger Bowl and Saluda Bowl and you know what I'm saying, Mama grilling out at your mama house bowl. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And
Listen, man, I can't listen, man. I remember when it was 4 or 5 main bowls that you look forward to look when I'm talking about when people used have the hors d'oeuvres and the chicken wings, everybody gathered around because they know this bowl game was, I remember the Orange Bowl, that Rose Bowl, that Gator Bowl, and there was a couple more that was
Sugar
that
Bowl,
was the Sugar Bowl and the one more. So, and then I see you got the bologna sandwich bowl, you got the pimento cheese bowl, you got man, you got the STP gas treatment bowl, man, you got all these bowls, man. You got the packing shed bowl, man. You got every bowl, and I be like, do they really got a Little Caesars bowl?
Yeah, they got a Cracker Barrel bowl. They got all kind of different bowls. Like, I mean, shoot, at some point we gonna get hood with it. We gonna get a chicken wing bowl. We gonna get a Magic City. We're gonna get a Magic City strip club bowl. I mean, we gonna get all kind of crazy bowls. The way they was going with it, because I think the way the bowls are set up, whoever
I keep on saying they gonna have that chicken wings, French fried rice, $5 bowl.
You know what I'm saying? The soy sauce bowl. Like whoever want to put up the bread for a bowl game, you get a bowl. You get a bowl. Then you had the bread. We probably could put up some money. You know what I'm saying? And get our own bowl game if we wanted to. That's how. You know what I'm saying? And we get 2 teams and nobody cares in the bowl game. Somebody get a lot of money too.
I might well get with the schools in the Carolinas and start doing bowls for the high schools. You know what I mean?
Not as well, because but that's why they created this system now. Where okay, so now we'll have these 14 teams, especially you got 14 big dogs in this playoff series. Now you don't that eliminates unless you're gonna add some other stupid bowls, that eliminates 7 bowl games right there. Because you got 14 teams, that takes 7 bowl games automatically right there. Unless you're gonna just put some other teams that don't have no big, because then you gotta think it's already stupid anyway, because as long as you 6-6, you get in a bowl game. So I get rewarded for being mediocre at best.
Let me tell you something. You think that's crazy? When I was going to high school, if you ain't have a 500 or better record, you didn't make the playoffs.
No.
Not all the kids make the playoffs in high school. What?
Yeah. So that's another thing with society now. We reward people too much for just participating. You participate, so because of the mental, and I get because of mental health stuff.
No, man, I ain't gonna blame it on that. Look, come on, man. Just because I'm not good enough, I got mental health issues. No, if I'm not good enough, I'm working hard during the off season to get better, So I can be top 10 on the team. Like, what?
Yeah,
Come on,
but
man.
I'm gonna tell you, like when I was a kid and I played all kinds of sports. I played football, basketball, baseball. I never really cared about, and even like in school when you get that participation award at the end of the year, everybody get that little certificate just for coming to school every day or coming to school all year long. I didn't really care about those certificates like that. I'm like, okay, you get something just because I went to school. You know what I'm saying? So or whatever, just because I participated, or I got a little the award ceremony, the whole team got to participate. If I didn't get an award for one of being the better athletes on the team, we're not getting an award for just because I participated. Like I probably couldn't tell you what I did with those certificates. I probably threw them in a box somewhere and left it there and never looked at it again. Because I've never been that type of person. Like if I ain't getting rewarded for something I actually did, then don't patronize me. Don't make me feel like, oh, I deserve this just because I'm here. Like, you know what I mean, or whatever. I never really cared about it.
Just like when people say, when people used to say perfect attendance when I was in school, I was like, okay, cool. I was like, man, that's good, Jacob. I said, okay, yeah, it's good for the outside people to look at. But in my household, the way I was raised, you ain't had no choice. Like what? Like not go to school? Man, you better be almost had a damn IV in your arm. What?
But it's funny. That's the one award that I almost would win every year. And as I got older, it's like after I won it the first time, I was always trying to win it for some crazy reason. But because, and like you said, in my house, my grandmother gave us Geritol and Father John every morning before we went to school. Just cause before you get on that bus, go to that bus stop, take this little teaspoon of Father John Geritol every morning. Every morning. Before, I don't care winter, spring, summer, fall. That's what it took. So I very seldom got sick. I missed probably from the time I was in kindergarten to the 12th grade. I can tell you, on both hands, I can tell you how many days I missed from school. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I can that, and 5 of those days was because I had chicken pox, and you couldn't go to school. You had chicken pox. But the rest of the time, I might have missed one day a year. Most times, and even when times it would be like, oh, I would try to fake sick, and if my grandma was like, and I would be sitting there like, man, and all of a sudden I would get bored because you know how I am, Jacob. I'm always wanting to do something. I've been like that
Right,
since I was a kid. So
right.
I might be sitting there watching cartoons. All of a sudden I get up and be like, man, I don't feel like doing this. I'd rather go to school, be around my friends. So I would jump up and get dressed real quick, go to the bus stop, whatever, because I'm like, I don't want to fake. You know what I'm saying? It was like the worst. I was the most bored in my life. If I ever would have I had a mental health issues, is when I had chicken pox and I couldn't go nowhere. Boy, that was the most boringest time of my life. I'm sitting in
Mm,
the house by myself all day, watching cartoons all day long by myself. Man, that was the worst time of my life.
I bet, man, I bet, and man, but yeah, man. So I just think the narrative changed altogether, and I think we don't have tough principals no more. We don't have tough teachers. We don't have tough parents. You know what I mean? We just don't have tough mentors in the society, mentors in society, man. Even when I grew up, the elders was real tough. They was respected. They was liked. They was loved. But they was tough though, man. It's like we live in one of the most softest societies I ever seen in my life, man. Soft,
Mm-hmm.
cotton
I see
candy
kids
soft.
fight parents on the hand yesterday for, how you grab your kid. We at the fair, and the girl grabbed her son or whatever hand, her daughter hand, and her daughter bit on the hand. I'm like, what? Oh no, you got beat down in this film.
Hell no. He said you
They would
got
have,
beat down
oh,
this
they had to call
man.
the detective. They would have to call
Oh
the
man,
detective.
I'm trying to
Call
tell you, man.
the National Guard on me. You'd have bit my hand, and you go, what? You would have bit my hand? Yeah, well, okay, all right. You would have got. They would have had to cut a National Guard on me because I would have been on you. I would have been on you like white on rice. Boy, I'm telling
Man, a bit that one. No, hey, man. Well, moving on, man. NFL trades. It's a lot. Derrick Henry. You got Atlanta Falcons just beefing up, but Kirk Cousins can't get about all them people. I don't care what nobody say.
you. Got
They,
another. I seen
yeah,
that they got
Mike
Rondale
Thomas.
Moore, huh?
From what I understand, Mike Thomas going there.
What they got Rondale Moore too? You know with the Falcons?
Yeah, they said Michael Thomas going there.
So they got. So I'm saying, well, I ain't even see that one, but I did see the Rondell Moore because
Mm-hmm.
when they traded Riddler to the Cardinals, they got Rondell Moore, so that gave them another offensive weapon.
Yeah, yeah. So Falcons got that, and you know, from what I understand, this deal, Adam Shepard said, man, that deal with the Cowboys and Diggs is gonna be worked out close. It's on. It's like that's why they cut Gallup, you know, to free up some cap space.
So they
You know,
cut Gallup.
yeah, they cut Gallup, man. They want them Diggs brothers together. So they definitely working on it, and people want him out of Buffalo. So, but
Mm,
but Josh don't want him out of Buffalo. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Josh said we don't have nobody on the team of his caliber. So why we want to get rid of him? Man, he think that the GM and the coaches that need to suck it up.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
they
I mean?
lost Gabe Davis. They lost Gabe Davis. So who they got? Who else they got? But Trayvon Diggs. I mean,
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man. And then it's three teams that I think that's done stole some of Jerry all money. Um, that's the Commanders, that's the Eagles, and that's the 49ers. Because y'all signing everybody, their mama, their grandma, their first cousin, and their first cousin moved on their great grandma's side. Yeah.
Hey, like I told you, Dan Quinn is like a scorned woman. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Like,
Dan
like,
Quinn,
like, like, like. I just
Dan
wonder,
Quinn is
man. Did 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 Jerry tell his wife that he was cheating with somebody in Dallas or some man? Cause he's just after he's just on Jerry neck, man.
now
He on Jerry Jones neck.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Jake. Dan Quinn was supposed to get that job, so he probably was thinking,
What
okay,
job?
to remember the reports was when Mike McCarthy came back last year, not this past, when he came back this year, that it was talks then that if Mike McCarthy finally get fired, that Dan Quinn might get the head coaching job. Because you remember, y'all defense been dominating for the last few years. So it was kind of said that I'm not how much the reports was true, but it was said that Dan Quinn was sticking around because he figured when Mike McCarthy finally finally get fired, that he would get that job. And I think he thought Mike McCarthy definitely was gonna get fired this time, and that he might get promoted. Then when he didn't get fired again, Dan Quinn probably like, enough is enough. I'm
But
out.
but 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 Dan Quinn made like that. He ain't never want to be the head coach, bro. That's what he told reporters.
He
You know
probably
what
was
I mean?
saying he probably was just saying that
No,
to be.
no, no, no. Mean what you say and say what you mean, man. Ain't nobody got time for that, man.
You know
That
how the
folk,
politics of the game go. He
man,
just
ain't
he
nobody got time for that, man.
play like
Yeah,
know what I'm
he just acting like a big old spoiled brat, man. Over there with the Commanders. Man, I was like, man, what's wrong with Dan Quinn, man? Like, man, why is you still calling Michael Parsons' phone like that, man? Like, what?
He said
Why you still calling that man phone? And you
he
call
was
it, and you
get hit with a tampering charge. He gonna
and,
get hit with a tampering charge. He better
and you
stop that.
calling Diggs' phone, man, and Kurt's phone like that, man. Stop, man. What's wrong with
You
you?
need to stop that. They gonna hit her with a tampering charge, and we gonna lose. We gonna lose and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to get because stupid self Kirk third cousins gonna talk about he was talking to the Falcons. He was in contact with the Falcons basically before everything went down. So it's like, bruh, you
That's
drop
crazy, man. You ain't supposed to be able to do that, man.
you dry snitching. So at the end of the day, talking about they was already kind of working out a situation. So now they trying to get them hit with a tampering charge. I think they said Pittsburgh trying to get hit one with the whole Russell Wilson thing. Well, that's another trade. I don't get what Pittsburgh is doing. You go out and get Russell Wilson, then you trade for Justin Fields. You should just went and just got Justin Fields from the jump. Why would you bring both of them in and then it's going to cause? I don't get when teams like purposely bring drama to their situation. It's
Yeah,
like y'all
yeah.
reality show. It's like you want to be seen, heard, and Pittsburgh usually don't really operate like that. Usually Pittsburgh is one of those teams that operate under the radar and just go about their business. Now you know how much publicity you gonna put on yourself. Mike Tomlin gonna pull his hair out by the end of the year. Oh, well, he don't got no hair, but he gonna end up going crazy out there. He gonna be to cut somebody out and show the other side. He gonna show that N-word side out of him. You know,
Mike Tomlin Mike Tomlin beard gonna end up looking like James Earl Jones beard
Yeah.
by the time you get through this year, man. You know, like I just think you should have went and got Justin Fields from the jump, and somebody else could have got Russell Wilson for a year. You know what I mean? Like I would have thought that but Tomlin jumped on it so fast, he ain't get nobody time to react, to be honest with you, man. But I kind of seen him going with the Patriots for a year. You know what I mean? The Patriots had the money to give him, and they ain't had to spend that much money. So, but you know, Pittsburgh's stingy anyway. Pittsburgh don't spend money on nothing, bro. Pi- Pi-
Yeah.
Pittsburgh still act like they work in the coal mines. They don't
Yeah.
spend money on nothing, man. They stingy, bro. So, but yeah, man, you know, you got that. You got third cousins, fourth cousins, you know, out there.
Mhm.
And you know, I'm just wondering who's gonna be Minnesota's quarterback.
They gonna have to definitely go draft one.
That's why
That's
that's the thing. That's why I thought that Fields could end up with Minnesota. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, they definitely gonna have to draft one at this point. Like Washington, the Patriots, um, certain teams gonna have to draft one because like we really got one because to me I might have waited and let me a I ain't never been no big Sam Howell fan. I don't make no bones about it, but I would at least waited until let's have a competition. Let's go into training camp, see how it work out. Maybe Sam Howell show some improvement, and offensive line definitely gonna be better next year. It should be.
You
We shot,
know what's gonna happen, right? You know what's gonna happen. Sam Howell's about to beat Geno Smith out their job. Watch what I tell you. Watch.
and it could happen. And then so I think we should have waited and at least made for sure that we was good on who our quarterback coming in. Because if it's Jaden Daniels, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna feel a little bit more confident. If it's Drake May, I'm gonna just feel like hell.
I
We just went,
can't
got
to be honest with you. I ain't comfortable about no quarterback who ain't played a down in the NFL yet. I got to see you play some downs, man. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I understand you did this in college and this in the third, man. That's why I don't know how Caleb Williams gonna do, man. He ain't
hmm
played it down. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, I just know that he have the mechanics to be a great NFL quarterback. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
hmm
Jaden Daniels got the mechanics. Drake May got the mechanics because Drake May ain't nobody but a Drew Bledsoe. You
yeah,
know what I mean? But before Drew got hurt, Drew had some of the most impressive numbers we ever seen from a quarterback
yeah.
for
So,
at least 3 or 4 seasons. You know what I mean?
yeah, so because for me, when I say I feel like a player is going to be, that next one, I'm not saying it from the standpoint where I'm absolutely 100% sure, but when I make those predictions, that's just based off of what I've seen. But like you said, you just never know how that may turn out. Before we move forward, though, I'll go ahead and do the drop. I'm gonna let you do it because you do that thing so good. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna let you
I
do
got
that.
you. I got you. I got you. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in with the 901 Sports Network, powered by the Village Global Network. And you can catch us live at Zeno FM Radio with additional online monitoring from online radio box. And we are actively now in 191 countries and counting. Shout out to the operational managers, Kimmy K and Senior G. Thank you for your ongoing support. And don't forget to subscribe to the 901 Sports Network and Entertainment channel via YouTube. And if you need an interview with the 901 Sports Network, you can email us at, you can hit canardmedia@gmail.com, or you can hit, 901 icon E, 901 Sports icon E at gmail.com. Thank you for your ongoing support, and we are here.
Yeah, and then also let's shout out to about some of our countries that we are affiliated with: Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, uh, Aruba, Brazil, China, Denmark, Finland. We even got a country called Georgia, and that ain't the state. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning by reading some of the countries we affiliated with. Like, well, okay, hey, I never heard of that country. This one or that one. Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? Jamaican folks out there, Poland, Puerto Rico. Oh, yeah. So that's
Man,
a joint back there. That's be the club joint back in the day, but Puerto
I hear
Rico.
that. And also shout out to She Real Radio, T Dubs Entertainment. Thank
Yeah.
you for your ongoing support as well. And man, I just want to say, along with the trades, man, I've never seen a coach, male or female, do what Dawn Staley's doing with these lady Gamecocks. Um, she's so cool with it. She she like set the media up in such a manner and such a compassionate way. Like she may be one of the only coaches that I've seen have compassion for the media. You know what I mean? Like she respect what they do as people, as their careers. Some people just go off on the media, bro, and like, man, I don't care about you being a reporter. But she just keep it, and then how she said that this should not happen. And she went up and hugged Fly J. And she always say, Angela Reese is one of the greatest players, in college basketball. I could never take that away from her. For
Mm-hmm.
her to have that type of leverage, when she knows that their girls do not like one another, the young females that play basketball for each team don't like one another, but she keep it so classy. And LSU coach, she's like the Joker. She's the villain. You know what I mean? Because she put herself into, she got on the shiny suits like Diddy, her nephew, and she states, well, I would like to see her do that to Angela Reese. Like, why would you incite that you want these girls to fight one another?
Yeah.
You are almost 117 years old, and you want these young people to fight, man. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
that bothered me because I was like, if that would have been a black coach that said what she said, that basically, oh, she wouldn't have ran up on the reach like that or whatever. Like, why would you even put that out there, like in that kind of situation? But a shout out to Don Stanley because I'm gonna say that doggone hoodie was so cold.
That suede hoodie.
Yeah, boy. I don't know if they got men hoodies come in like that, but I need to call Don and get one of them hoodies. That hoodie was
There
so
you
cold.
go.
Wait, hoodie she had on. I said, boy, that's the best dressed coach in sports. When you can come out on the court and be cool, and she always got this cool demeanor about her with that suede hoodie on. I said, boy, she about to change the game on the sideline. You know what I mean? Well, think about them women coaches, boy, they be clean now, but not. But
Hey, nah.
wait,
Talk about female coaches. My girl from Texas,
did you know I don't really watch college basketball, women's college
the
basketball like
the,
you do. But when
the
I
Texas
seen
coach. Listen,
watching these,
I can't listen, man. Let me tell you something about women's college basketball, man. Women's college basketball is so intriguing and so more exciting to watch than men's. I would never thought I would say this, man. Like I watch Ohio State women, North Carolina women, South Carolina, Kentucky. I of course Tennessee, Connecticut, and the best player in college basketball, hands down, is Juju. I don't care what nobody say. Juju,
yeah,
the best player in college basketball, man, hands
yeah,
down.
they
Hand,
play with a dog. They play with a passion. Like them girls ain't scared to fight. They ain't scared to crap it up. They ain't scared to muck it up down there. That's one thing I like about the women. The only problem with discrepancy I say with college women is that when they're not as good as like the 4 or 5 star players, the ones that's like 2 star whatever, it shows. Like them, some of them when you be like, I don't even know how you score because you can't even make a layup when you open. So you could tell like those players, like those. That's the only like negative I would say about women's college basketball. The
uh,
players is
uh,
not they look terrible.
right, and then this what I can say about Juju, man. For her to be mentored by the Cheryl Miller, man.
Yeah,
Listen, man. Like when you get mentored by Cheryl and Reggie, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You 18 years old, a freshman, and you mentored by Cheryl and Reggie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what's gonna make her go to that next level when she get, like start like junior. By the time she get to her junior season, oh yeah, she gonna be so cold. It's gonna be ridiculous. You know what
And
I mean?
like the girl from South Carolina getting mentored by Steph. She just signed with Steph Brand, Malaysia. The
Yeah.
freshman from South Carolina. She just signed with Steph Brand, man. You know what I mean? So hey man, so I'm excited, but I really am excited. I'm really excited to see, man, how this shaped North Carolina, the men's basketball journey through the March Madness tournament. So I wanted this kind of open their eyes.
Yeah.
Just put some fire under their behinds. You know what I mean?
Cause they want the one thing I wasn't scared of. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you how I was thinking, Jay. So when they got about the last 7 games of the year, I said, okay, I want them to beat Duke, want to beat State, want to beat Virginia. Those are 3 teams I really wanted to beat in their last, 6, 7 games of the regular season. I said, but the thing about it is when you go on an 8, 9 game winning streak, whatever, you start to get too much confidence, start to feel yourself. You can start telling they were feeling themselves a little bit too much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this type of game may help because now they're gonna get refocused and say we can't take nobody lightly going into the tournament. Andy, these are veteran players, most of them. So I think that Harrison Ingram, that Cormac Ryan, that Armando Baycott, RJ Davis, he's so cold. I'm not saying he's as good as a Kobe or Michael Jordan, but he has that same type of killer instinct.
I don't know how come because they were showing some of yesterday on ESPN, man. They said he played like Mike did in college, and they was like, I ain't saying he gonna be great as Mike was in the NBA. They was like, but he definitely gonna be the next North Carolina Tar Heel shining star in the NBA.
Yeah, because he
And,
got that dog in him. He got that
and they
dog.
was and they was talking about Baycott. They said, man, Baycott, they said he don't need a 3-pointer. If Baycott get a 17-footer like a Patrick Ewing or Tim Duncan, they was like, Baycott gonna be that next person that you see like a Kevin Garnett or like a Rasheed or like a LaMarcus Aldridge when he was before he injured his back and they was like because he got the size for it, he got the agility, he got the strength. He just need to add at least that 17-footer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But he gotta have a little bit more muscle because he gets bullied sometimes by bigger postmen. So he definitely gotta get. I ain't gonna say he gotta get bigger. He just gotta get stronger. You can get
Yeah.
stronger, bigger.
You
You
get
know.
you can get stronger and get more cut. You know what I mean? Instead
Yeah.
of getting bigger and put mass on. Yeah, he definitely got to do that. You know
Yeah.
what I
So,
mean?
but I'm with you, bro. I do feel like they can make a run, but they definitely gonna have to come out from beginning to end and start slapping people in the face. Don't mess
Now
up.
I'm gonna add
Don't,
this icon. This what they saying. They saying if you look at the complete package, the starting five and the bench with another starting five that can score at will. They said that if Kentucky loses out of the tournament and not make it to the championship, it's gonna be the coach's fault. It's not the player's fault.
yeah.
That's what they said. You know what I mean? They said Kentucky's so stacked right now, man, that a lot of people feel that Kentucky need a new coach. For real,
But
for
they,
real.
but they lost. Look, they lost in their tournament. They lost. I think yesterday in their tournament, or I think they might have lost in the quarterfinal game.
Yeah,
So,
I know, but people think that cause they be seeing Jamal Mashburn hanging around the school and doing stuff at the school and stuff here lately, man, and some of the fans, that I see talking, on these blogs and stuff, they be like, man, we need somebody like a Jamal Mashburn to coach, man, or at least to be like the president of player advisory or something like that. You know what I mean? Cause I think, man, that a lot of people, that can't just leave the game. Like some people won't want to be around the game. Just like Stephon Marbury building so much stuff up in New York, man, and it's geared around the game of basketball, man. So it's like some people just can't leave the game, man, and some president of basketball operations, some go back to their high school and coach like Rondo. Rondo, we gonna see him as the next college coach. I think he gonna coach high school for about 2 3 years,
mm,
and then come on to college, man. But he winning. He winning for real. So and then I see Teddy Bridgewater is now the head coach of his old high school football team. You know what I mean? So yeah. So people gonna stay in it, man. But I just want to say this right here. They just fired Juwan Howard from Michigan. Do you think he's gonna get a job with an NBA team, or you think he's gonna stay in college?
Uh, that's hard to say. It's hard to say. Because he coached at his alma mater, and anytime after you get quick fired from your alma mater, it's kind of you might want to. Sometimes you want to step back because I know that's kind of crushing. That's heartbreaking, especially when you didn't get to the ultimate goal. Your whole goal is to try to win a championship at your old school.
Chris Webber
So
said. Chris
I would
Chris
say,
Webber said. Chris Webber said that ain't never politics. That what Webber said. It ain't nothing he did. It ain't nothing he did. He's like because they had one of the best records in under Juwan Howard since they played. So you know what I mean?
I would say he go back to the NBA because Juwan Howard's old school, and he probably don't like the NIL situation either. So
Right.
I probably go to the NBA and probably try to go either get on somebody's bench, you know what I'm saying, or try to get a head coaching job next year. I see he might end up like the Lakers because I don't see them keeping Darvin Ham around another year.
Yeah. I don't know why Jenny even hired that man.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. But we'll get to it next time. Great show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and giving us your ear for this hour. And y'all keep rocking and rolling with us, and we keep trying to give y'all great content and great material as we move forward in this thing. We got some stuff on the way. We definitely got some other stuff on the way. So, what I'm saying? Y'all have a blessed and wonderful weekend. See you next time.
Peace and blessings.
People seen it, but they just don't know.
What I told you, Cutter.
People seen it, but they just don't know. People seen it, but they just don't know. People